everything going on right now concerning the COVID-19 crisis, I decided to talk about New Orleans because they always seem to be getting hit a lot harder in times like these than the rest of the country. Although we refer to New York as the epicenter of the pandemic, New Orleans actually has a higher death rate, or deaths per capita, nearly twice that of New York's. For every 100,000 people, New York loses 20 people, as opposed to New Orleans metropolitan area where they lose 40. Demographically speaking, the residents of New Orleans are predominantly low-income and African American, and as we know with most natural disasters, poor and minority communities are often hit the hardest. Most of the deaths from coronavirus in New Orleans can be attributed to pre-existing conditions such as obesity and diabetes, and this could either be due to 1. Lack of affordable health care, or 2. Lack of access to a healthy diet. And the reason why there are so many unhealthy foods in our communities is because our system incentivizes increasing profit margins, even if that means unethical practices. Fast food corporations are able to produce low-quality food at even lower costs, so they can make their products widely accessible. People are not concerned with trying the latest avocado toast with quinoa-scented oats while they're struggling to pay this month's rent. Former presidential candidate Andrew Yang calls this the scarcity mindset. Studies have shown that introducing pervasive financial insecurity into a population can reduce rationality and IQ score by a total of 13 points, or 1 standard deviation. That shows the true scale of how much control these institutions really have over our lives. In 2015, President Barack Obama had this to say about Hurricane Katrina.
And we came to realize that what started out as a natural disaster became a man-made disaster, a failure of government to look out for its own citizens.
COVID is just one of many to come, but if there is no structural change and the government doesn't take action, then more lives are going to be lost. But unfortunately, there is no profit incentive to be made when helping people. So in the end, corporate greed wins and the American people lose. And that's the deep cut.